1898, East Africa. The air hung heavy, thick with heat and the smell of dust. Lieutenant Colonel John Henry Patterson, a young engineer with steel in his gaze, had come to tame the wild. His mission: build a bridge over the Tsavo River, a key link in the Uganda Railway. This was no ordinary project. This was a battle against nature itself. The savannah stretched out before him, vast and unforgiving, ruled by creatures with teeth and claws far sharper than any tool of man. The workers, a mix of Indian laborers and local tribesmen, looked upon the wilderness with apprehension. Whispers of man-eaters traveled through the camp at night. Lions, larger than any they had ever seen, stalked the darkness, their hunger a palpable threat. Patterson, though, remained undeterred. He had faced challenges before. He would face this one head-on, with courage and his trusty rifle by his side. The bridge would be built. The railway would go through. This was his mission, and he would see it done. The first attack came swiftly, brutally. A lion, a monstrous beast with a mane like black fire, snatched a worker from the edge of the camp. Panic spread like wildfire. The men were terrified, their tools falling silent. Patterson, however, saw opportunity in the chaos. He tracked the lion, his resolve hardening with every paw print. He found the beast feasting on its kill. The shot echoed across the savannah. The lion roared, a sound of fury and pain. It charged, a whirlwind of claws and teeth. Patterson stood his ground, firing again and again. Finally, the lion collapsed. Its reign of terror ended. The workers, initially stunned into silence, erupted in cheers. Patterson had slain the beast. He had brought them a measure of safety. He had earned their respect. But the victory was short-lived. The attacks continued, more brazen and more frequent. A second lion, even larger than the first, had joined the hunt. The workers were under siege, living in constant fear. Their once hopeful faces were now etched with terror. Sleep became a distant memory, replaced by the constant dread of the next attack. The construction of the bridge slowed to a crawl. The workers, desperate for safety, pleaded with Patterson for protection. He understood their fear. He felt it too. But fear was a luxury he could not afford. He was their leader, their protector. He would not let them down. He would find a way to defeat these man-eaters, no matter the cost. Patterson knew he needed a new strategy. He ordered the construction of thorn fences or bomas around the camp. He posted armed guards throughout the night, their eyes scanning the darkness for any sign of movement. He even tried to hunt the lions himself, venturing out into the savannah with his rifle and a heart full of grim determination. One day, emboldened by desperation, Patterson led a daylight assault on the lion's suspected lair. He and his men charged into the tall grass, their rifles blazing, but the lions were gone, vanished into the vastness of the savannah. The attack had failed. Worse, it seemed to anger the beasts. The attacks escalated, their ferocity increasing with each passing night. Hope, once a flickering flame, began to dwindle in the face of such relentless terror. Section 5. A shadow of doubt. Word of Patterson's struggle reached the ears of his superiors. Some whispered of incompetence, of a man out of his depth. One man in particular, a seasoned hunter named Beaumont, arrived in Tsavo with a sneer on his face and doubt in his eyes. He scoffed at Patterson's defenses, ridiculed his efforts. To Beaumont, this was simple: hunt the lions, kill the lions, end of story. He saw fear in Patterson's eyes and mistook it for weakness. He saw the desperation of the workers and saw an opportunity to advance his own reputation. Beaumont, with his arrogance and disdain, became a new threat, a challenge to Patterson's authority and his resolve. Section 6. The Hunter's Resolve. Patterson, though, was not a man to be easily broken. He had stared down charging lions. He would not back down from this new challenge. He knew the weight of responsibility on his shoulders. The lives of his men depended on him. The success of the railway, the very future of this land, hinged on his ability to defeat these man-eaters. He had faced doubt before. He had overcome it with grit and determination. He would do so again. The hunt for the Tsavo man-eaters was far from over. It had just become personal. Section 7. Beaumont's arrival. Beaumont, a seasoned hunter with a swagger in his step and a glint of steel in his eyes, arrived in Tsavo like a storm cloud. He surveyed the camp, his gaze lingering on the crude thorn fences and the fear-stricken faces of the workers. "So, this is the lion's den," he boomed, his voice laced with sarcasm. "And you, Colonel Patterson, are the man who claims he can stop them." Patterson, though weary from sleepless nights and the constant pressure, met Beaumont's gaze with quiet defiance. He knew Beaumont's reputation, a man who revelled in danger and scoffed at those he deemed less capable. "These are no ordinary lions, Beaumont," Patterson said, his voice low and steady. "They are cunning, relentless. They're different." Beaumont merely laughed, a sharp bark that echoed through the camp. "Different? They're just animals, Colonel. And I'm here to show you how a real hunter deals with them." Section 8. A Test of Wills. The tension between Patterson and Beaumont crackled in the air, as palpable as the heat of the African sun. Beaumont, eager to prove his worth and expose what he saw as Patterson's incompetence, immediately set about implementing his own methods. He discarded the thorn fences as child's play and spoke of elaborate traps and daring night hunts. The workers, torn between their fear of the lions and their growing uncertainty in Patterson's leadership, watched the unfolding drama with bated breath. Patterson, though feeling the sting of Beaumont's arrogance, refused to be baited. He knew these lions, knew their cunning and their ruthlessness, in a way that Beaumont, for all his bluster, could not comprehend. This wasn't just about killing lions, it was about protecting his men, about completing his mission, about standing his ground. The hunt had become a battle of wills, a test of nerve and experience, and Patterson was determined not to be the one to blink first. Section 9. Remington's entrance. As if the arrival of Beaumont wasn't enough to shatter the already fragile peace, another figure emerged from the dust and heat of the savannah. Charles Remington, a representative of the Winchester Repeating Arms Company, rode into camp, his arrival heralding a new chapter in the saga of the Tsavo man-eaters. Remington, a man of business with a keen eye for opportunity, had not come for the hunt itself. He was there for the story, for the legend that was being forged in the crucible of fear and danger. He carried with him, however, more than just a notepad and a thirst for adventure. Strapped to his saddlebags were the latest models of Winchester rifles, gleaming testaments to American ingenuity and firepower. These were not the standard-issue rifles that Patterson and his men carried. These were weapons of precision and power designed to bring down the most formidable of prey. Remington's arrival, though seemingly insignificant compared to the looming threat of the man-eaters, added a new layer of complexity to the already volatile situation. Section 10. The hunt intensifies. With Beaumont's relentless pursuit and Remington's high-powered rifles now in play, the hunt for the Tsavo man-eaters escalated to a fever pitch. Beaumont, driven by a potent mix of ego and adrenaline, led daring expeditions into the heart of the lion's territory, his booming rifle shots shattering the eerie silence of the savannah. Patterson, though wary of Beaumont's reckless abandon, couldn't deny the effectiveness of the Winchester rifles. The lions, though cunning and elusive, were not invincible. They bore the scars of previous encounters, their movements revealing a newfound caution in the face of such determined opposition. Each close call, each near miss, only strengthened Patterson's resolve. He knew that these lions, these cunning and relentless killers, were not simply a threat to be eliminated. They were a force of nature, a primal embodiment of the wildness that he had been tasked to tame. Section 11. Legacy of the Man-Eaters. The tale of the Tsavo man-eaters, a story of courage, fear, and the enduring struggle between man and nature, would echo through time, a stark reminder of the untamed wilderness that once held sway over this land. Lieutenant Colonel John Henry Patterson, the engineer who faced down lions and defied doubt, would forever be linked to these legendary beasts. The bridge he built, a symbol of human ingenuity and perseverance, would stand as a testament to his unwavering spirit. The Tsavo man-eaters may have claimed lives and instilled terror, but they also ignited a spark of courage in the hearts of those who dared to confront them. Their story, passed down through generations, serves as a chilling reminder of the power of nature and the indomitable will of the human spirit.